Oh, dang. Which pocket are my keys in? Oh, doesn't matter now. Boom. All right. Passive entry or proximity lock feature was not available on this particular model in 2021 because of the chip shortage. Definitely something I've been meaning to add, so I went ahead and threw it on the Jeep. Made a video, got a lot of meat and potatoes, not a lot of salad, but it's going to tell you the tools, the parts, and the steps, and some tips I used along the way. So welcome back to the channel, and let's see how I added them on my Jeep. So here's everything that was included in my kit. Comes with the new door handles. So that's going to have the button, and then also where the wiring harness plugs in. Here's the part number. They're exactly the same for left and right. Here's the caps for the doors handles. They're specific to this handle. Part numbers right there. Again, same one, both sides. And this is where the difference is. Driver side wiring harness 9333. Passenger side wiring harness 9332. So I got the new wiring harnesses, door caps, and then the door handles. Okay, I have some various tools that I'm going to use today. We've got a 20, 25, and 30 Torx bit. I've got some tape to hold up the window, the painter's tape. I got a couple of pry tools, and then I got two 10 millimeters to remove some of the bolts. All right, to start this process, we're going to go ahead and change out the door handle and the end cap on the handle. You're going to open the door, and you'll see two stickers here. You're going to remove the top one. I'm going to peel it back. Okay, I've got that sticker peeled down. Now I'm going to take a T25 Torx, get inside there, and remove or loosen the screw. It won't come all the way out. It's just going to loosen. So we're just going to keep twisting that. Went all the way. So now my end cap should just slide out. And door handle. And then the door handle comes out. Here's the new one. And it's going to go in the same way the old one came out. Again, we're doing all this for this button and where the sensor is going to plug in. So reverse the steps. Straight in. Slide it. And then the end cap goes on. And then let's go ahead and tighten that back up. As simple as that. Okay, that's tightened. You can put your little sticker back on. New cap. New door handle with the button. Let's get to the inside. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take out the two bolts underneath the armrest, two bolts on the bottom, and then one bolt behind here. So you got to pop that off, and I'm just going to use a little screwdriver for that. So let's go ahead and get started. There's like a little indentation and notch. You can stick a screwdriver in there. We're getting to that right there. Well, ain't that something? Look at that. There's no bolt there. It's missing from the factory. Ah, bastards. Okay, so I'll have to find a bolt for that one. So let's go ahead and get these two on the bottom here. Shit, they didn't even have a bolt in there. Sorry, bums. Must have been built on a Friday. Screw you, man. We're gonna leave some bolts out. All right, cool. That's just Jeep that'll figure that shit out down the road. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't even have one. So now the next thing we need to do is we're going to try to pop the clips around here so we can lift this up and move it back. Now that we... Oh, shit. Who's this? Okay, now that the door panel is loose, again, we took out all the screws. We lifted it up off of here. There's 3 things on the back we need to disconnect. I'm going to disconnect this. Just slides up and off. This, you have to pinch this white thing. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see from where you're at, but it's not very hard. So let me get this taken apart, and then I'll show you up close how it specifically goes together and comes apart. All right. All right. So on the back here, this white clip and this barrel, they go in the... Where the hell do they go? Oh, so this white clip and the barrel, again, it's on this way. It's going to come in like this. It goes through this hole, and then it slides through, and then the barrel and wire just clip in there. So all I did was squeeze the fat side, not the skinny side, the fat side, with some pliers, and that popped that out, and then I was able to do that. This one, the grommet just lifts up out of the hole, and then you can unthread it. And then this is just one of those clips. So slide the red thing back, and I usually just end up putting a screwdriver or something in this end and kind of pry it loose and work it out. So we got the door panel off. Next thing I'm going to do is get the window in position so that I can pull this out and do the wiring harness up behind the window guides and so forth. So if you don't want to move the window, you could roll it all the way up and just pry your hand through, but it's just as easy. So what I'm going to do now is prep for that. So I took these off, and I'm going to roll the window up until I can see the tabs that hold the window. Once I loosen these two 10mm bolts, I can slide these clips forward, and then the whole window will just move up. So I've got the new wiring harness. You can see which end goes in through the door. And basically it's plug and play, just like the old one. Okay. So your old harness, though, doesn't have this new sensor and plug coming off it. This is what plugs into the door handle. So everything else is the same. So, but to get that to run all the way to the inside, you have to put a whole new harness. So what I'm going to start doing is just removing the old harness, and I'm going to start putting this one in some of the spots just so I know where it is for a placeholder. Then we'll do the 10mm bolts, and then we'll get the window up and kind of work on that. So a little bit of a process. You can do it in any order that works best for you. This is just what I'm doing today. This stays. This is for your mirror. So that stays. The rest of this is going to come out. Everything. We are not reusing any of that. So those are the 3 I'm going to start with. So I will find my plug. All right, everything's here. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting this in. Okay, so just put those 3 in, kind of hold it. That's going to go right here. Okay, this was the one, member that fed through the door panel. So those are the 3 we already did. So, all right, so this is the new one. Let's get the old one out of here. Why is that wet? That's crazy. Okay, so we'll feed this through in just a minute. So I'm just removing the old harness. Oh, this is slide clip, I believe. And that comes off. Old harness. So I still have it connected in case I need to do anything with the window. Okay, we're good there. 10mm bolts all the way around. Take the panel off. This one does not have a bolt, so remember that when you put it back together. Okay, 10 bolts are out. Be gentle with these. We're going to loosen these up as far as we can. So let's get tape. So this clip, this stays on the window, this blue and this white. I'm just pushing them forward and lifting up. There's like, it's fit inside something, so once you move it up over that, you can slide it out. So look. All right, a little awkward, but all I did was add some tape up here, and that'll hold the window in place. Okay, so now that the window's up and out of the way, I'll be able to pull the old harness out. So I think I got everything off of there. So you pry this out. There's something up under here, the regulator or something, so you're going to kind of drop it out. And this end will want to stay kind of attached. So you're going to lean out this inner part kind of towards you. Oh yeah, let me take out this grum. I probably shouldn't have plugged this in. Got a little head of myself there. Okay, so you need that off in order to get this black panel out. Okay, this is a piece. Slide it down and then out. It is really hard to see inside here. Let me see. So, this is our old wiring harness. It comes in here, and then it plugs in all the way up there. It's really hard to see. It plugs in way up here. So we're going to unplug this and then feed it out. It has one of those clips that slides. So slide the clip and then you should be able to squeeze and pull it out. It's got some kind of looms Man, this is hard to see for you guys. I'm sorry. There's some looms in there that it fits around. So the old one is out. New one coming in. So I'm feeding the new wiring harness. Remember, I put those 3 in. So all I did was take out that old one. Here's that rubber grommet and that 1 wire. And now we have the rubber grommet and then 2 wires going through. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to reattach that one here. And then I'm going to go around the window assembly and plug the other one in to the door handle. So again, it's very hard to see. I'll set up the camera, but you may not catch it. So we'll see how we do. Okay, so it has 2 little pieces of tape where they go on underneath the loom. And then this just plugs right in. And then you slide this plugs in, and then you slide the gray piece forward. This is our new wiring harness. Okay, so the new wiring harness came in here, and then we got this extra little wire, right? Well, this is where the window slides. So we're gonna just slip behind this piece and come up around here and plug in. There's some little looms that it fits in there, makes it easy. So let's see if we can do this. Kind of like a J. They go up underneath, kind of hooks. All right. What I'm going to do now is make it sure that this is all stuffed behind this plastic piece. Okay, everything is out of the way and tucked. And then this is all going to go back together, just like it came off. So again, the interior of that's kind of hard to see, but this wire just runs through a couple of looms and plugs into the sensor here. Then there's a plastic track. Just go behind the plastic track because that's where the window slides. So behind the plastic track and then up and around. And the door handle has little places on it to stick the little wire so it stays out of the way, and then it loops back in itself and it plugs into the handle up here. So this is kind of where you're getting to. Again, it pries out that way. It's kind of hard to see. Once you get in there, it is super simple. Again, here's that little grommet. So let's go ahead and start to put the 10mm bolts in, try to get the window done and get all the wiring harness completed. And then we'll add the panel and do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. That stays. This goes here. That's for that. We're good. Good here. This is going to come through. We got that. And then this one goes in there. Put that back there. I'll zoom some now. Oop. Okay, these are okay. Strap is back on. All right, our nice new wiring harness. We're in. Everything's plugged. Those 3 for the other. We'll do the window in a second. Bye-bye old harness. And new harness. Be very gentle when you're plugging it in for the first few times. Okay, so our wiring harness is completely in. It's plugged in. attached here. So let's go ahead and anchor our window. I'm going to remove this tape and I'm going to line up the bolts on the bottom. I don't use a lot of power tools on some delicate areas because I don't trust myself. 2 10 millimeters are done. So now we need to do the other 10 millimeters. Remember, this one stays empty. Put the other ones back in and we are closer to being finished. Alright, so a couple of my clips stuck, but I don't feel like worrying about it right now. So we'll get to that in a second. So we're going to go ahead and put everything back on. Okay, we got that clip. Now we're going to do these other two, and they go on a lot easier than they came off. That's for darn sure. Just slip the barrel in. Wire in the slot. Grommet in its place, no problem. This one again, wire and barrel in the slot. Pull it out a little bit, and it'll go right back in that hole. Alright, so hopefully okay. Those two are in, and remember this one up here, they left it off from the factory, so I'll have to find a replacement for that one. And then these two. Alright, last bolt. Let's check that and see if it's working. Okay. And let me say real quickly, I have a Taser Mini that I use to activate this feature on my Jeep. You can use a J-Scan, or you can go to the dealer and they can activate that feature for you. All right, I got the Jeep back outside. Let's test and see if it works. The door is open. I'm gonna move the key further away. Locked. Locked. Now when the key's in your pocket, and you walk up, and it opens. Works flawlessly. All right, there you have it. That's my installation video. I will admit it is a little bit tough to video and do the work and then make sure that you're getting the right shots. I am a one-man army doing the best I can. But if nothing else, it shows you that this is doable. You can do this in your garage with a few tools, a little bit of time, and a whole lot of patience. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day watching my videos. As always, like and subscribe. Help me grow the community. I'll come back at you with new content. Hope you guys have a great day. Texas Jeep Dad out.